The aim of the game is extremely simple, and one of the main problems is the fact that we try to avoid it. Now, to become good at something, you have to see the mistakes you make, and through those mistakes you have to fix those mistakes. The people who fix those mistakes faster are normally the people who see success faster also, because the aim of growth is to make a mistake and fix it. That's why you can learn mistakes from someone else and actually get very far. Now, we all have to make our own mistakes on a whole, and I know I've said mistakes 100 times, but this video is about a journal template which I'm releasing. Not just because I want to release something, but because I know the importance of journaling and what it's done for me. A lot of people say, where did I learn my strategy from, or how did I learn to trade? And it was through my journal. It wasn't through a trading mentor or anything. Now, I had multiple mentors. I had loads of strategies which I took from loads of different people. But the real main thing was through learning through my own mistakes. I'm going to show you what's in this template. And if it's something we're interested in, get in the link below. It's only $20. If not, have a good day either way. Guys, so the first thing you want to do is just paste the link which you have just got from after you've purchased the journal, and it will bring you here to the chart code journal. Now, this is an example of what you'd be doing and how you'd be going and how you would approach it. But once you do load up your own Notion, what you want to do is go over here to the duplicate part, duplicate it, and that way you have your own fresh version and it won't interfere with the actual overall website. And that way you have your own one which you can fully edit for yourself. So it's very important once you purchase it, make sure you duplicate it just so you have your own one and you can fully edit it. Now you have that and you can fully edit it. This is the example, and this is going to show you exactly everything what you need to do in terms of the journal. What you'd like to do is once you finish trading, you're going to go onto this and you're going to put the month right here. So in this example, you'd write July. You can select the future type right here, NQ, 6E, RTY, NG, silver, oil, YM, ESG. And if you want, you can also add your others, so you should be able to add more. Now below this is when you can also add in the date of whenever you've taken this trade. So you could just click right here, make sure you put the right date in and just click it right there. That way you can go back to specific dates when you're looking at your journal. And then after that, you do buy or sell. The reason we do the buy or sell is just so you can also differentiate whichever winning setups you have, are they buys or sells. And then this right here is a number of ratings. So this is where you rate your trade. So for example, I've rated this trade at 8 out of 10. So in terms of my strategy, that is what I rate it as, an 8 out of 10. Right below it, this is your P&L, so how much you won or how much you lost. And then underneath it, your risk to reward going up to 1.1 to 1.8. If you make more than that, then you can refine that for yourself and just create a separate one. Now you can also just make the time frame of whatever you're entering on, 5 minute, 3 minute, 2 minute, and then the account. You guys can add in your own accounts. It should say select an option or create one, and you can just write the name of your accounts once you get it. So for example, if I have a funded account with Top Step, for example, I can write Top Step 50K1, Top Step 50K2, Top Step 50K3, and I have multiple accounts like that. Here, win loss, you know what that is. And then your checklist, whatever your rules are. If you're following my strategy, then you should have all these rules out here already done for you. If not, you can add in more rules which you follow to your thing. The day, obviously, you just click the day. And then the emotions, what you are feeling within the trade. Were you patient? Were you scared to hold? I have some other emotions there. Impulsive, revenge, focus. And then you can see over a broad range of different ones how those emotions affect the trades. Are your revenge trades winners or losses, etc.? And then the LQ, which is your liquidity. What type of liquidity was on your zone? That depends on whatever works for you. And then what can you improve? So this is just everything you can improve on. You just write what you could have improved on when you were in the trade. So in this case, I said, make sure that I get comfy with the chance of losing and I close out my trade at the right time. And then what did you do well? This always helps you to keep in your mind what you were doing well while you were in the trade, and also what you can improve on. Now, thinking versus process. This is a process of, were you thinking about taking your trade and following your process, or were you thinking about the outcome? Was all your trades followed towards the outcome, or was it followed to making sure you follow your rules and making sure you followed your process? Now, the time of entry, This is between New York sessions, so 1:30 to 2 to 2:30, 3 to 3:30, 3:30 to 4. Obviously, if you trade different times, you can also add in your own ones. It says create one, you can just click it, and then you can create your own. Now, ticks from the zone, this is dependent on how much ticks our liquidity is from the zone. Now, when it comes to entering this picture, which you'll see right here, you want to make sure you screenshot it, and then you copy it with your right click of your mouse, and then you paste it right underneath here. That way you'll be able to see it right above your zones, and it just looks much more nice and clean. So for example, this is a new journal which I've created all in. So once you have everything done and you have made a lot of journaling done, you'll be able to see all your different trades, and you'll be able to calculate them all at once. And then you can also just get a lot of data, and that way you actually get a strategy which works, because you can go back to your data, go back to your trades, and see how they were affected and what's affecting them, and you can actually make changes to your strategy and improve. Now, when it comes to actually figuring out how you place these into their right bubbles, all you want to do is just go to the settings, and you can go over to group. Once you go over to group, you can group them into certain things. So for example, if I just wanted to see all my winning trades, I could just go into losses right there, and now everything will be based into their wins and losses. So for all my losses, they'll be right under here, and then for all my wins, they'll be right under here, and that way I can differentiate them, which are wins and which are losses. So what you can also do is go over to the table feature, which is separate to the gallery, and you can actually just see through all of them. So you can actually compare all your losses, all your wins and everything, and see which is more do you have winners on, what more do you have losses on. And that way you can also just see how your win rate is playing out, and what positions are working, what ones aren't working, which is your best winning setups, and which are your best, and which one loses the most. And once you get to here, you can also just press the filter button if you want to filter it out by anything. So if you just want to see a specific pair, just a specific name, you can always just press these, filter it out by the time frame, time of entry, tick of zone, P&L, and then that way you can also journal and actually become a better trader. I hope this is going to be a perfect journal for you, and I hope this is going to be the thing which actually changes your trading from just being a normal trader to actually being someone who approaches it in a business mindset and sees how they can grow as a trader. Have a great day.